Hi, how are you doing? I hope everyone's having a great day. I am going to be addressing something that may not be my place to address, but I have questions about it and I want to know. I am going to be talking about Cornell and Deal. This is not going to be a tobacco review, however. This is going to be my first bowl of Cornell and Deal's Black Frigate. The tin says, Latakia and Turkish are added to our blockade runner Navy Cavendish to provide a true Royal Navy blend, pressed and cut into an old-fashioned crumble cake. Now, after the tin says blockade runner Navy Cavendish, in parentheses it says Virginia's soaked and aged in rum. Now, I'm not 100%, but I believe that means Cavendish Virginias that were then soaked and aged in rum, which would be their blockade runner Navy Cavendish, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. The tin note on it, you get a little bit of that Latakia, small whiff of what would be a rum casing. I don't really smell the Virginias from the tin note. It has almost a floral smell as well. And it's in a pretty nicely dense cake. Let me see if I can get this out of here without spilling what I've already broke off, because I did already load up a bowl. Nice, dense cake. Holds its moisture very well, as cakes do. Might be a little wet coming straight out of the tin, but that's to be expected with a cake. Just give it a little time to dry off. 30 minutes max, and it'll be ready to smoke. And I am smoking it in my K. Woody Super Grain Bulldog. This is one of my favorite pipes. It was also my first Bulldog. It's kind of taken me down a path of Bulldogs. I don't buy very many new pipes that aren't Bulldogs. So let's go ahead and get it lit up and get to talking. That's nice. That's very nice. The smell of it, if you do a French inhale, sort of let a little bit out and just smell it through your nose, you really smell the rum. You can really taste the Virginias on the sides of your tongue and a little bit on the front. You get the Latakia through the retrohale, and the Turkish seems to just ride all the way through this very steady, I almost want to say funk, but not a bad funk. It's just an undescribable flavor that is distinctly Turkish. Just a very, very nice, balanced blend. Now on to Cornell and Deal. I have heard several experienced pipe smokers on YouTube. I don't want to say make hateful comments, but definitely disdainful comments towards Cornell and Deal. comments usually go, I don't really smoke Cornell and Diehl. I'm not really into Cornell and Diehl. I don't like Cornell and Diehl. I feel like that is a very broad, all-encompassing statement for their entire line of blends, which makes me perceive it as these smokers have a problem with the company of Cornell and Diehl. My issue with that is that new pipe smokers, Cornell and Diehl is very approachable to. Has many, many blends. And being discouraged, being told that Cornell and Diehl is not as good, can really turn a lot of new pipe smokers off. Because they'll go into a local tobacconist, usually a cigar shop. And with a cigar shop, they're going to have a wall of bulk blends, at least here in Oklahoma. I know other states can get tins for a lot cheaper than we can. But here in Oklahoma, you will go into a cigar shop and they will have a wall of bulk blends in jars. And being that Cornell and Diehl puts out so many blends, there will be many, many Cornell and Diehl blends on that wall. And if this new pipe smoker has been led to believe that Cornell and Diehl is bad and they shouldn't smoke it, it's going to really cut down the variety of tobaccos that they give themselves access to. Now, I understand if you're an experienced pipe smoker and you've really developed your palate, and Cornell and Diehl doesn't offer anything complex enough for you. Say you've gotten so experienced you know that you only like Escudo or Peter Stockaby's Luxury Twist Flake. It has to have that complexity and that deepness. I understand that you wouldn't necessarily look for anything coming out of Cornell and Diehl, as that's not your thing. However, I think overall that it should be very prefaced in your explanation in your video saying, for me, Cornell and Diehl does not put out blends that are complex enough or along what I'm looking for. And if there is a legitimate problem with Cornell and Diehl, why are people not talking about it? Because I've heard the dislike of Cornell and Diehl, but no one's ever said why. And I understand that right now in the tobacco world, there's a lot of people uncomfortable with the way it's going. With Sutliff being bought out and STG shutting down historic factories, I'm not on board with that either. But that's STG, that's not Cornell and Diehl. I would like to know why Cornell and Diehl does get so much hate, because I don't believe it's unwarranted, judging by the caliber of people that are normally in the hobby of pipe smoking. But I also don't believe it's completely warranted to be turning people away from Cornell and Diehl, especially as new pipe smokers. I believe that new pipe smokers, and I encourage you as new pipe smokers, to smoke whatever appeals to you. If you smell the tin and it has a wonderful aroma, smoke that. If the name sounds cool to you and you think that might be something you would like, smoke that. Try everything. I'm not encouraging, they call it tobacco acquisition disorder, TAD. But there's nothing wrong with trying blends. And I think, regardless if it's Cornell and Deal, or Scandinavian Tobacco Group, or local brick and mortars personal blend, or or if it's the Country Squire, there's nothing wrong with trying them. Try them all. If you find a blend that you really like, smoke it. Don't worry about what other people say about, oh, that company is this or that company is that. Because it doesn't matter if it tastes good, smokes well, if you enjoy it. There's no reason not to. So I would encourage you to just go ahead, smoke it. Now, I am a newer pipe smoker myself. I've only been smoking a pipe since September of 2025. And I've come to really, really love the community. I love just going down to my local cigar shop, which doubles as a pipe shop, sitting around talking to those people, smoking a pipe with those people, getting to know them. There's several online pipe clubs that I'm a part of. Danny Boy Pipes, the Get Piped community. I just love being a part of this community. And I don't want someone to look at somebody's video saying, well, if you smoke this brand, if you like tobaccos by Cornell and Deal, you're not that good of a pipe smoker, or however you want to look at it. I would encourage those who are going to make that sort of content to reconsider. If there's a legitimate problem with Cornell and Deal, let it come out in the open and be talked about. Let it be addressed. If it's just your opinion because you don't like the tobaccos they put out, please preface it. Make sure people know it's just that you personally don't like the tobaccos. It has nothing to do with, whether you're an experienced pipe smoker or not. It doesn't make you less of a pipe smoker for liking Cornell and Deal. I personally love Cornell and Deal, and I have several other brands that I love as well. I love you, pipe community. You have helped me a lot in these last few months where I've started smoking a pipe. I personally used to be a heavy smoker, vapor, and dipped a lot. In September of 2025, I just decided I was going to pick up a pipe. Just give it a try. I've tried to quit smoking many, many times in my life. And a pipe really allowed me to pull myself from that and immerse myself in this community of people and just this world of betterment that we all seek. I appreciate every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful year. Thank you.